Welcome to the Tennis Warehouse shoe review of the Head Sprint Pro 3.5. Head combines speed and support in the Sprint Pro 3.5s. A delta strap construction through the midfoot wraps the feet for 360 degrees of support on every movement. The uppers feature drift defense around the toe cap and medial forefoot for durability against court abrasion. Head's popular ventilated midfoot shank combines with breathable knitted mesh uppers for a cool and comfortable ride. The Sprint Pro 3.5s fit true to size, offer a medium width and a medium height arch support. I was a big fan of the Head Sprint Pro 3.0, so I was excited to get this 3.5 version on my feet. First off, I noticed roomier fit from this one, no break-in for me, very comfortable right out of the box. And the knitted uppers were just a little bit loose. I have really skinny feet, so the narrower fit of that 3.0 just fit my feet a little better. And still able to get a nice support at the beginning of the test, especially up in the forefoot. The lacing system, I had it cinched about as max as I could get it, and it held my feet pretty firmly there. But as the test wore on, I found the shoes opening up towards the heel area, and the fit just got a bit sloppy on me. Again, that might just be because my feet are super skinny, but it just felt like the support there towards the back of the shoe, the rear of the shoe, was breaking down. Cushioning was good for me. I'm a fairly lightweight player. I like to move quickly around the court, so there's just enough cushioning there to get the job done. I still felt connected to the court, could move confidently in them. Traction was good too. I felt like I was getting good hookup. Unlike the Revolt Pros, where I found like the break in the traction, these ones were good to go right out of the box. So fun play test for me. Preferred the fit of the previous version, but if you're looking for a roomier fit, I think the 3.5 is the way to go.
These shoes are definitely for the player that wants that lightweight, speed-oriented feel. With this update, I feel like Head has fixed the length fit issue. They no longer run a half size short, so I was able to wear my regular size 10s with no issue. Once I got it on court, they did have a nice low to the ground ride, very well ventilated. But once I started playing points on them and started moving around, I was left wanting a little bit more rigid upper, just to help with stability when planting and moving side to side. I also noticed that with these flat laces, they were becoming untied more often than I wanted, so I kept having to stop and retying them to get a nice cinched in fit. I did feel like the traction was nice. It had a blend of grip and give. So overall, these are a lightweight, breathable shoe, but they lack the support and stability that I'd want from a high-end tennis shoe.
The Head Sprint Pro 3.5s are the epitome of a lightweight and speedy shoe on court. That was my favorite part of the playtest, was just how fast I could accelerate in and out of shots. Traction as well, I felt like I had a better time with these versus the Revolt Pros actually. Felt like I could break loose a little bit easier in a more controlled fashion. So those two aspects were definitely top of the heap. But moving on to the lacing system, I had a hard time finding a happy medium between lacing them too tight and having a little bit of pressure on the top of my foot, and then having the shoe on the alternative side, the shoe loosen up on me about halfway through a hitting session where I had to relace and retie them. So that was a little bit difficult. Stability was another thing where I felt like it was just a little bit of a lack of cushioning and stability on lateral movement. My high ankles were sore after a hitting session that I went full speed or during match play. So I felt like a little bit more cushioning in exchange for a little bit of a heavier shoe would be something I would advocate for next time around. But overall, these are a really nice, lightweight option that offered great durability for this category.
Head has made some of my absolute favorite tennis shoes in the past, the Nitro Pro being one, the NZZO being another. How does this new 3.5 Sprint Pro stack up? This is what I have to say. If you're looking for a lightweight shoe, speed-oriented, breathable, great traction on pretty much any hard court that I've played on in these shoes, top notch. The only thing that was really missing for me was just a little bit more midfoot cushioning under the heels and balls of my feet. Acceleration, like everyone else mentioned, was top notch, but deceleration, changing directions, I'm an old guy, did have a little bit of an issue there. I felt a little more beat up than typical. I did play this over a weekend of a tournament for both doubles and singles, so I would say the performance of the shoe is top notch. Durability for a lightweight shoe is also pretty top notch. Overall, a great play test. It just was missing a little bit of underfoot cushioning.
Thanks for joining us today for the shoe review of the Head Sprint Pro 3.5. For more information on this shoe or anything else tennis related, be sure to go to Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, or Tennis Over.